Today we're going to talk about paint on tilt wall buildings and why it fades or degrades so quickly. My name's Craig Bundren. I'm the coatings guy, and let's go take a look at a building.
That's funny.
Okay, so this is a building that I drive by all the time, going to and from work and other places. And I see things that just really bring out my attention. One of these is this building was built in 2019. So it's not very old. It's 2024 right now. So we're looking at a paint job that's already failing. So if you look up at the top of the building, you can see an outline. That was from a for lease sign that sat out here for months until they got the building occupied. So you have the place where the paint's two different colors because it's faded out. You can also see at the top, you see a lot of white and places where you've got streaking along the building. This is caused from the paint failing. There's ways to fix this now. It requires a coating. It's been about 5 years, and a lot of buildings are on a 5-year repaint cycle, but there's coatings out there. These are the things I want to share with you that can last 20 years. Put a 20-year warranty, a 15-year warranty. So instead of painting your building every 5 years, you could paint the building every 15 years, and you would end up saving a lot of money. It's going to cost a little bit more up front, but in the long run, it's going to save you a lot of money. We'll go around and look at some more examples of things that happen to these buildings once water gets in.
I feel like we're sneaking around and doing something bad. You know, whenever you go look at a building, people are going to come out and say, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" This is a high-end steak restaurant. But what I did want to show you is if you look at the building, you're going to see the paint has failed on it. You're going to see the places where they've tried to touch it up. You're going to see the areas on the door where the paint has failed. And then you see the little white rusted spots that are coming through where the water's gone into the paint. A way to show that paint has failed, this paint is chalked. So when I do this, you can see all the paint comes off on my hand. That is a full paint failure. But all of those spaces that I pointed out earlier with the rust and the water, that's the beginning of this really starting to fall apart. If they don't coat this soon, that rust in there, as rust builds, it grows. And as it grows, it's going to push things out. And it's going to start pushing the material off of the building, which will let more water in and is going to cause that cycle. So now not only do you have to repaint the building, but you've got to repair all of that, the rust, and seal it off. So this is a typical tilt wall type building. And this is an older building. I'm familiar with this building. This has cracked over the years. So you can see where it's cracked, and then they've come in and they've tried to put things in there to fill cracks, but those all started out as little things, and then they tooled them out to try to fix it. So on something like this where you've got the paint that's rolling off, the reason that you can't paint over this is because it's already loose. So if I put paint up here, paint has got a stick, it's got tensile strength. So when you put the paint on there, the paint naturally is pulling against what you've got it to hold on, and it'll start cupping. So you put pressure on this, and it's going to pull the rest of that paint off. So now you have a new coating on top of the old coating, and it's just going to remove the old coating and the new coating. So you're not making any headway by doing that. This is going to have to be removed. This could have all been avoided had you used the right type of coating on that versus just what somebody that offered to repaint it cheaply was going to use. So this is a project we did about 4 years ago, and they had a lot of water infiltration. There was spalling to where the concrete was coming off and apart. And we came back and we fixed it, and we put a proper paint coat on it. And I was gonna come back here and try to show you the areas we fixed, but I can't find them. Which works out to sound really cool, but I really wish we could find them because I'd want to show you. But you can, as we walk along here, you can see what it looks like once you remove that rust. You don't see any cracks in here, and you don't see staining coming down. You can see there's a light up here, and you don't have staining running down next to that light. You don't have staining running off the gutters. There is one place that it's starting, and that's right there at the top of that gutter. You can see that the water is running behind the gutter. This one did not get a self-cleaning paint. It's a good paint that's on there, but it's not a self-cleaning. So therefore, where you do see that water is going to start running down and staining, that's going to happen. There is a coating you could put on top of this and take this building as it sits now, just spray this coating on and get a 15-year warranty on it. Or you can let it do what it's going to do and come back and repaint it normally in 5 years or so.